We are underway here as Emmanuel is visiting USC Aiken today. Trevor Hutter on the mound for the Pacers. Throws a strike to Brian Balcom to start the game. He's on the outside corner, 0-2 the count. Balcom fouls out, one back, still 0-2. Hutter misses high and outside, 1-2 the count. Balcom slaps one up to shortstop. Over to first for the easy 6-3 out. And this can bring up Ty Tipton, who's a sophomore from Hartwell, Georgia. He's playing third today. And Hutter delivers another strike on the inside corner. Going to the count after that, swing and a miss. This is Hutto's second appearance of the year. He's thrown just 1.1 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. As he misses high, 1-2 the count. Foul, back out of play. Remains 1-2. Game was originally scheduled for 4 o'clock, but pushed up to 3 p.m. because the cold weather is supposed to be creeping in later this afternoon. But it's a bit chilly already, as saw a little bit of snow falling a little bit ago in Aiken. Hutter misses low and outside, 2-2 the count. Fouls that one back. Remains 2-2. Hutter gets the sign. Right at the second baseman for the line drive. Second out of the game. That was at Smithers, who gets to start at second base. He's also going to lead off for the Pacers. But right now, Trent Jones is to the plate. Jones, the second baseman. Senior from Kathleen, Georgia. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. He goes opposite field with that one. Down the right field line, fair. And he's going to be in standing with a stand-up double there. First of the game for the Lions. So Jones on second, as it's going to bring up number 34, Eric Pape. He's a junior from Loganville, Georgia. Also playing first base for the Lions. Hutter misses outside. 1 the count. Hutter delivers and misses just inside. 2 the count. Jones has a pretty decent sized lead off second, but Hutto's more worried about Pape at the plate. Big swing and the miss. 2-1 the count. Strike right down the middle. 2-2. 2 outs. I told it was 38 degrees at the start of the game today. Thank goodness I'm in the press box. It's a little bit warmer in here. He lines that shot, but right at the right fielder for the third out of the inning. Westerberg grabs it, and even though the Lions get a hit, they strand one, go to the bottom of the first, tied at 0. And we are back here in the bottom of the first inning as Joey Smithers gets the nod at leadoff spot for the Pacers. On the mound for the Lions is Ethan Thornton. This is just his 4th appearance on the season. He's thrown 1.2 innings. The big strike down there for Smithers. 0-1 the count. The lineup for the Pacers can be Smithers, Powell, Pereira, Moon, Banks, Ammerman, Ard, Westerberg, and Price. He misses outside. 1-1 the count. Outside. 2-1. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's going to bring up Chaz Powell. Powell's batting .364 in the season. Has 4 hits and 11 at-bats. Double and a home run. Slugging .727. Ball 1 outside. Fouls out, one back. 1-1. Just inside. 2-1 now. Hits that one back deep to right field. It's over the right fielder's head. And he's on his horse into second base, standing up. It's a nice hit for Powell. That's going to bring up the first baseman Brian Pereira, who's batting .333 on the season. Couple of doubles and a home run so far. Pereira swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Behind the count 0-1. There's the pitch. Right down Broadway for a strike. Thornton gets the sign. Pereira chops that one foul. The wind is picking up here in Aiken, and it's a good thing for the hitters, bad for the fielders, but even worse for the fans. They're all bundled up in here. Don't have a big crowd here today, but people are still trickling in. Pereira smacks one high, but in the middle of all the outfielders, and center fielder takes it and underneath it rather easily for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Zach Moon. Moon, who had an outstanding opening day with a couple two-run home runs to help the Pacers win the opening day game 8-2. He's batting .273 on the season, 3 hits and 11 at bats, but digs in for his first plate appearance. Thornton gets the sign, throws the pitch, just a bit inside. 1-0 the count. 2 away here in the bottom of the first with Chaz Powell on second base for the Pacers. Thornton delivers. High chopper by Moon to the third baseman. He's under it with a long throw. 5-3 for the third out of the inning. Pacers strand 1 going to the top of the second, tied at 0. Thornton delivers a Hutto delivers a strike on the outside corner to Burgess. Betty Burgess, catcher for the Lions, takes the ball. Burgess comes in the game batting 286 with 4 hits and 14 at bats, couple RBI. Hutto misses outside, 1-1 the count. Big cut, but goes right through it. 1-2. Chops out one foul. Count remains 2-2. It's just outside. Full count. Chopper between the hole and the left side. Second hit of the day for the Lions.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 24, Hannon Price.
That's going to bring up Hannon Price, sophomore from Jefferson, Georgia. Strike on the outside corner. Price coming to the game batting 158. 3 hits and 19 at bats. Squares around the bunt, but pulls it back. 1-1 the count. Hutto gets the sign and throws. Fouls that one back. 1-2 the count. No outs with runner on first base here on the top of the second. You just joined us. It's 0-0. Really cold afternoon, about 38 degrees. That's before the wind chill, and the wind is gusting straight away center field, so it's definitely pretty cold right now. And Hutto registers his first strikeout of the game.
Right fielder, number 38, Steven Skaggs.
That's going to bring up Steven Skaggs, the freshman outfielder from Flowery Branch, Georgia. There's a breaking ball outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count. Throws one right by him. 0-2 now. High and inside. 1-2 the count. Right back up the middle. Hutto can't grab it. It squirts into center field. Runners on first and second now with only one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 30, Chase Palmer.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 30, Chase Parker, another freshman from Richmond Hill, Georgia. Parker's still looking for his first hit of his career as he comes in the game 0-5. Swings and misses there. He's only had one strikeout, so he's put the ball into play 4 different times, but been able to get on base. The Lions come into the game at 0-5 this season, while the Pacers are 2-1 after taking the final game of the series against Lincoln Memorial on Sunday. He bunts that one back foul, and Ard can not catch it. Almost did, but falls harmlessly to the ground. So 0-2 the count. Yes, Hito gets the sun. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Hutto. Gives out a couple base hits, but looking sharp right now. It's going to bring up number 22, Brandon Bostic, the senior from Pelham, Georgia. Bostic's only had one plate appearance heading into this game. Takes the ball on the outside corner. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 the count with 2 away. Lions put runners on first and second. Hutto misses wide. 2-1 the count as he gets the sign. Checks his runner at second. Fouls that one back, so 2s across the board. Deuces are wild. Hutto's looking for that pitch, but misses low and outside. Full count now. And it freezes him on the inside part of the plate. Hutto gets out of a jam. Going to the bottom half of the second, still tied at 0. We are back, folks, here at the bottom of the second inning with Jonathan Banks leading off. Banks, second on the team with a 429 batting average. He's 3 for 7 so far in his debut season with the Pacers. If you feel the urge, come on down and join us today. I mean, there's free admission for everyone. As Thornton misses outside. We don't have that big of a crowd yet, so there's plenty of spots available if you want to come in and watch a game up close and personal. Thornton misses again. 2-0 the count. Outside now 3-0, and Thornton seems a little bit frustrated that he can't find the strike zone. Had a solid first inning, though, against the Pacers. Only gave up one hit. And Banks draws the base on balls. This is going to bring up number 8, Tyler Ammerman, the shortstop. Got some pretty big shoes to fill this year with trying to replace Sean Miller, who was drafted in the 9th round of the Major League Draft last year. But he's come in and done a superb job so far. Batting .333 with 4 hits so far. 2 doubles and RBI. There's a strike, though. 0-1 the count with the runner on first base. Win and win the count now. That was just a bit inside. 2-1. With Banks taking off first base, but not a very big lead at all. He's just not a threat to steal right now, at least not in this game. Thornton throws a strike right down the middle. It's 2-2 for Ammerman. Thornton throws back over to first. Banks back in plenty of time. But Thornton ready to deliver again. Ammerman smashes one in the left center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Banks is on his way to third. And Ammerman is running all the way into second base easily for the double. So the Pacers have something cooking right now with runners on second and third with nobody out. That's going to bring up Doug Ard. Ard looking for his first hit of the season. Only been to the dish twice so far. Thornton misses inside. 1-0 count. As you can see, we have a couple Emmanuel fans that are sitting right in front of the press box, and might be able to pick them up a little bit. As Thornton steps off. Gets back on the rubber and stares down to the catcher looking for the sign. Thornton delivers a strike. It's definitely a unique movement to the plate with his little bit of sidearm, but he's coming down. From the side. I mean, he's basically bent over completely when he's pitching the ball. A little bit different angle for the Pacers to try to pick up. But base hit down the line. Ard gets his first hit. It's probably going to go for extra bases, and he's going to drive in 2. Ard's going to go for second and going to get in there safely. So Ard's solid hit brings in two Pacers. USC Aiken takes the 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody out.
Now batting, number 23, Luke Westerberg.
That's going to bring up Luke Westerberg. Westerberg playing in right field today. High chopper to second base. Awkward ball. Bad hop on the play right there. So we're gonna see which way they scored that one. It's a close one, but they're gonna give it an E.
Now batting the center fielder,
So
number 1, Jacob
Westerberg's still looking for his first hit of the season. They'll bring up Mitchell Price, another new face for the Pacers. And if you're watching the game and you're like, I don't know who these people are, it's because it seems like most of the people at USC Aiken who are starting today are newcomers. Couple of familiar faces, but not many. As Thornton misses outside, and the Lions have a lefty up in the bullpen right now. Thornton chases Westerberg back, who slides back in. Coach Thomas's team has runners on first and third now. And Price gets his first hit as a Pacer into the left center field. Drives in another run. So 3-0 now for USC Aiken.
batting for the Pacers, the second baseman, number 9, Joey Smith.
That's going to bring up number 9, Joey Smithers. The freshman from here in Aiken and attended South Aiken High School. Playing second base. And for Coach Thomas to have someone starting as a freshman is pretty impressive. Usually you don't see very many freshmen in the field at all. But for Smithers to break into the starting lineup, it shows what kind of good player he is and what good player he really can be. Smithers takes the ball inside. Thornton delivers. Strike on the outside corner. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Nobody away for USC Aiken, who's threatening with a couple runners on still, having already driven in 3 in this inning. Smithers stays alive with foul tip. And today you see everybody in the stands with jackets, bundled up almost, over their noses. You have blankets on everybody, just about earmuffs on some, and you got people who are watching the game in their cars from far away. It's that cold here, folks. As Thornton gets Smithers to swing at that one for the first out of the frame.
Left fielder,
That'll
number
bring
7,
up Chaz Powell, who's already doubled back in the first inning. Thornton fires a strike in there. high chopper to third base. He's gonna get the easy fielder's choice, and so Westerberg's out at third on the fielder's choice. But he's gonna put runners at first and second now. Excuse me. Price on second. Powell on first. So two away for Brian Pereira, and he flew out to center field in the first inning for the second out of the game for the Pacers. And we're gonna have a meeting on the mound, so we'll be back in just a moment with Pacers leading 3-0. And we are back. It looks like Alex Jordan's on the hill for the Lions. This will be his third appearance of the season. He's thrown 3 innings, given up 7 runs, but only 5 of which have been earned. But he's going to be facing Brian Pereira now. First pitch, low and away, ball one. It's a lefty versus lefty, so a little bit more difficult for Pereira to pick up the ball versus a right-handed batter against Alex Jordan. There's a pitch, low and outside, gets past the catcher. Both runners are going to scoot up to second and third base respectively. On the wild pitch. 2-0 the count to Pereira, who steps back in. 3-0 gets past him, and he's going to try to score, and he's going to cross home easily. So Price makes it 4-0. As Powell's now on third. So USC Aiken leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. 3-0 count to Pereira. He's going to take that pitch. 3-1 now. And if you're Prayer, you know that you're going to get something to hit here. He watches it low. Ball 4. So you got runners in the corners now for USC Aiken with Zach Moon coming to the plate. And Moon, who's already hit 2 home runs this season. Both of them 2-run shots in the 8-2 win in the season opening day against the Rail Splitters of Lincoln Memorial. Moon gets settled in against Jordan. Looks the sign and here's the pitch. And Jordan misses high. 1-0 now. 2 away runners on the first and third for the Pacers. And we're going to have another meeting on the mound. So, with Moon leading 1-0, we're going to take a break and be back in just a moment. And we are back as Jordan misses high. 2-0 count to Zach Moon. Ball 3. If I was Jordan, I would not give him anything to hit right now, as you don't want Moon going yard again with the wind blowing out. And he gives him nothing to hit. So it was in the dirt, but gets stopped by the catcher. But it's going to load the bases for Jonathan Banks. Banks walked to lead off the inning. This is the 10th batter of the frame for the Pacers, and we're going to have a pitching change here in a second, folks. So we'll be right back with the Pacers leading 4-0, 2 outs in the bottom of the second, but they have the bags full. back as Hutchins Jacobs is going to be on the mound for the Lions. The first time he's pitching this season. And joining me is Hannah Allison of the women's soccer team, also my intern. So, going to come give you some knowledge about some baseball here today.
Happy to be here. Even happier to be in the press box.
Instead of being outside.
Absolutely.
Jacobs' first offering of the season. Low and outside, gets past him for the wild pitch, and it's 5-0 now for USC Aiken. As Powell crossed home. 1-0 count. Big swing and miss by Banks. 1-1 the count, and you know, as cold as it is out here for baseball, as a soccer player, it was no really problem for you, was it? Being this cold, having to play.
It depended on when we were playing. In the spring, it got pretty cold, but we play with rain and it being this cold, so I've seen worse. At least we're running around though. In baseball, it's a little different.
The Patriots have been running around the base paths this season inning, though, haven't they?
They have.
Nice pitch by Jacobs there with the curveball. 1-2 the count. Yeah, 2 away, but Banks trying to add to that lead. Jacobs offers a pitch and Banks sends it high, but in right center field as a couple of fielders converge and the right fielder secures the ball for the third out of the inning, but not before the Patriots score 5 runs on 3 hits. Going to the top of the third, USC Aiken leads 5-0. And we are back here in the top of the third inning with Hutto still on the mound for the Pacers despite that long wait. He's pitching to Brian Balcom, who's 0 for 1 today. Fouls that one back. And Hannah, at this rate, it's going to be about a 4.5 hour ball game. Are you okay for this?
I'm okay. I'm inside. I feel for the boys in the dugout, and more so the fans.
But, you know, give credit to the fans as Balcom smacks one to the right field for the hit. So nice piece of hitting there by Balcom. But the fans, true baseball fans, are out here braving the cold, and you got to give them a little bit of credit for that.
Braver than me.
And despite the fact that our heat in our press box isn't working over here, but we're bundled up and pretty good over here, ready to go. As Tipton steps into the plate. He lined out Smithers in his first at bat back in the first inning. He squares around the bunt and right back to Hutto. He's going to fire it on second base for the force out. So Tipton reaches on the fielder's choice, but erases Balcom, who tries to get a second base for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Jones, who doubled to right center field in his first at bat.
Second baseman, number 3, Clint Jones.
Smacks it right to the shortstop. Who tosses it over 6-4 to 3, but oh, and he got him. So 6-4-3 double play. So a quick inning for Hutto as the Pacers get out of the third inning. Heading to the bottom of the third. Pacers lead 5-0.
Well, that'll save us some time.
Oh, this summer is back to working into Applebee's every single hour on the hour. This is paid for like 6 months straight. Oh my goodness.
That was a,
That was I'm cold. Let's get
yeah,
the ball out of
let's,
here.
let's get the game over.
As we just talked about, I could be on pace for like a 4.5 hour game. This is when we should play 7.
He was probably out by at least half a step.
Safe?
I meant safe by at
Yeah.
least half a step.
Well, they only have one ice.
I don't think they're arguing it either.
Well, they're
They don't care.
0-5. It's for,
Is
I
this
think,
just
like
one
8.
game?
Yeah. It's for like 8 months all year long. So
But you know, they get as many hits as we have. Their pitching just can't get anybody out.
So it's just it's not a series.
no. Well, they come back in like 3 weeks for another game.
Who do we play next?
Armstrong this weekend.
Away?
We haven't beat them
Here.
in 2 years.
This is really getting us ready for Armstrong.
This is probably screwing with our hitting. You know, if you had like 9 people who would never playing this game, okay, you know. And if you needed people to come in like the 6th or 7th inning for a win, different story.
Yeah, no.
But hey now,
Now batting,
you're an all-star.
number 8,
Get your
Ty
game.
Hammerman.
Okay, he has just like screwed with it.
Who?
You're just like nope.
Tyler Ammerman.
Jacobs is back on the mound for the Lions as Ammerman steps to the plate, looks at a ball high. Ammerman doubled to left center field in his first at bat last inning and came around to score a couple batters later. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. And yeah, talk to us a little bit. You also are in charge of a lot of the social media that we're doing this year, trying to increase our footage in social media market. So talk to us a little bit about what they're doing and where people can find everything about Pacer baseball.
First, Ammerman gets out at first. Yeah, social media is a big part of our marketing plan for this semester. We're trying to get students, fans, everybody we can get to all the games. We're starting to post stuff on Snapchat. If you follow Pacer Athletics on Snapchat, you're going to get live updates in the dugout by the coaches, little interviews, nothing long, but it just gives you a sense of being there even if you're not there. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram for some trivia questions that you could win prizes from. It's pretty interesting.
As Doug R steps to the plate, he doubled to left field in his first at bat. And as Hannah says, you can follow everything with Pacer Athletics, with Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. We post some stuff on there, and you can subscribe to the YouTube page for Pacer Athletics as well, and which is where you're watching the game today. It's 2 another count, but we will have stuff on there every single day, 7 days a week, on every single bit of social media. So just make sure to follow us, and for all the information that you need regarding athletics. 3 another count as Jacobs wants another ball. That one just wasn't doing it for him, and we'll see if he pitches any better with this one. He's just missing the strike zone, so it's got to be a little bit frustrating as a pitcher. Wind up with the pitch. Just a bit high. So R reaches base for the second straight time.
All right, field, number 23.
He's going to bring up Luke Westerberg. Still looking for his first hit of the season. Pretty interesting walk-up song, though. 1-1 the count as Jacobs looks back over at first and throws right over there too. And the wind is gusting straight away center field, from left to right, it looks like. He chops that one foul, and Phil Disher just gets out of the way. Usually he's one of the man that will sit there and try to get the ball and help out a little bit today. Coach Disher's just keeping his hands in his pockets saying, I'm not going to move.
Would not move either.
He probably would have stopped it, but the ball would have probably hurt him just a little bit, just with how cold it is. Jacobs with a quick move back over to first. Ard back safely, dives in, gives the manager something else to help out with tonight with a really dirty uniform. And Jacobs misses low and away. One and two the count. And he smacks that one down the line just foul. And if he'd have had that one just a couple feet into the fair territory, he'd have had at least a double in that one. The count remains 1 and 2. Jacobs delivers the pitch.
A
Nice.
nasty change.
It was. For a call for strike 3. 2 away. Definitely he was not looking for that one at all. And it's going to bring up Mitchell Price in the junior transfer from USC Lancaster. And people around here, Lancaster, it just depends. And either way, I'll probably get it wrong, so I apologize about that. But Price swings and misses at that one. And Price singled to left field in his first at bat and came around to score on a wild pitch. He tries to square around and bunt, but bunts it foul right to Disher, who goes over and picks that one up. And 0-2 the count with 2 away. Another breaking ball, but misses just high. And Jacobs wanted that one. Pretty solid pitch, couple inches high, but he wanted to get it out of this inning. Big swing and a miss off a nasty curveball. Pacers unable to score in the third, going to the top of the fourth. USC Aiken leads 5-0. We're back here in the top of the fourth inning.
First pitch, strike one for Trevor Hutto.
And Hutto's facing number 34, Eric Pape. He's the first baseman. He lined out in his first at bat. And talking about USC Aiken baseball, one person that's new that's not playing right now, as Hutto fires a strike in there for make it 1-2, is Skylar Mercado. And you did a little bit of a feature yesterday that's posted on pagersports.com with one of the things we do every single week called A Closer Look. But give us a little bit of insight about Skylar and him coming to USC Aiken.
Yeah, Skylar is a transfer from a JUCO, as they record the first out. He transferred from Florence to Darlington Tech after suffering an injury at University of Maine. Really interesting story. Such a nice guy off the field, and as we watched him play his first 3 games as a Pacer, he showed that he's pretty impressive on the field too. Lost his father in 9/11 as a New York firefighter, and sort of has a drive about him. As 44 hits a single to center field. He has a drive about him that he told his dad and his family that he was always going to go as far as he could with baseball no matter what it took, and he felt that USC Aiken offered him the best opportunity to come down here and play baseball, and love the facilities, love the group of guys. He's proven to be pretty good so far. I think he's pretty excited about the season ahead.
And definitely, if you want to read more, just go to pagersports.com and click on A Closer Look, which you can find on the left-hand side of the website. Written by Hannah Allison, her first time that she's written something on for the website. As Hutto throws one in the dirt and gets away from Dugard, as Burgess will scamper to second base.
Yeah, everyone should definitely check out those articles. You get a closer look into different athletes. We're going to be doing men's and women's tennis, golf, softball, baseball, any spring sport we'll be focusing on every week or each week.
And recently we talked about a softball kid, freshman Samantha Pica, who broke her neck growing up when she was thrown off a horse, and she's battled back and has been able to earn a scholarship and play Division II softball, which is typically unheard of. I mean, she broke the vertebrae, the same one as Christopher Reeves, better known as Superman. So they said if it was just gone a fraction of an inch one way or the other, she would not be walking at all. So just pretty impressive stories over there. Go back to last year with Hendricks Emu with basketball. It's one that got picked up nationally, and there's so many things that you can find about these student athletes. They're not just athletes, and they're not just students. They're kids who have overcome a lot of things, and some of them have just great stories to tell. So just go on the website, check it out. A closer look. Appreciate Hannah Allison writing that. She's going to be writing some more of them this semester. As Hutto's now 2-1 to Price. Yeah, had some heat on that one.
Sort of got away from him up high for a ball.
And 3-1 the count with one away here in the fourth inning. He chops that one to third and looks him back to second and throws over, gets the out. 2 away now. It's going to bring up number 38, Steven Skeggs. And he singled up the middle. And as you pointed out a few minutes ago between innings, Hannah, our bullpen, which is usually pretty active, is almost non-existent right now.
It is. You can't see the pitchers down in the bullpen. There's normally 10 or 12 of them down there. Now they're all in the dugout actually, trying to stay away from the wind gusts. As Brent mentioned earlier, as Hutto goes in for a strike, the flag in center field it's no more gusting. It is a constant stream of wind. And looking at the weather app, it's 38 out, feels like 30 with a 14-mile-per-hour wind.
This is when I want to take my golf game and try to hit it, with the wind. Actually, I can drive a little bit farther. As Skeggs has it high, but straight to center field for the third out of the inning. But going to the bottom of the fourth, Pacers lead 5-0. we are back here as Jacobs is still on the mound for the Lions, and coming to the bat is Joey Smithers. And first pitch offering lines into left field is going to drop for a bloop single.
And he's just a freshman, right?
Smithers is a freshman, I believe. As I look at the roster, he is a freshman from South Aiken. Talked about it a little bit ago, but
Pretty
that was
impressive.
about an hour and a half ago, feels like. So
Number 12, Chaz Powell, come to the plate.
and as Chip and I talked, he's more aerodynamic this year with the haircut. A little buzz cut before the season started.
Chaz is one of those personalities that you can't help but love. He's a great baseball player. Hard to beat to say that he's a better person, but he is the personality of this team.
And, you know, being a native of Florida, he's from Deerfield Beach, so I mean, you know, all these Florida people are such great people.
Lord people. If you say so.
And they're talking about him in the other side of the press box about how great a guy he is. As he fouls that one. Oh, nope. Sends it into the right field. My apologies. And right fielder snags it for the first out.
Yeah, Chaz is one of those guys. All our teachers talk about him. He's a face you don't forget. In a good way.
And, you know, last year with the hairdo and everything, he seemed like he was about from the 50s or 60s. You know, he could throw on like the leather jacket
Yeah.
and all, but
If you've heard his walk-up song, you would agree. It's the same thing.
it-
Old school.
I mean, great kid.
Yes.
This can bring up Brian Pereira. He's new to the team this year.
Not many people. Well, the soccer team seems to go and blend well with Brian. He's a good guy. He goes to a lot of athletic events. You see him dancing, doing the cheerleaders' dances, having a good time, just cheering everybody on.
Jacobs misses outside. And speaking of, you know, doing the same dances as cheerleaders, in a couple weeks we're going to have our second year of Versus, which is where we have student athletes going around to each of the different teams and learning how to play soccer, you know, play baseball, basketball, because everyone says, oh, I'm a college athlete, and so they think they can do everything. And we found out last year with Hannah Tierney, that's not so much the case. And this year we have Samantha Tubb from the softball team, Keith Belfort from the men's basketball team, going around and learning how to play each of the sports. We've got a couple more sports to do, but over the weekend we took care of basketball, volleyball, and cheerleading. And would you not believe that they said that cheerleading is the toughest thing they've done so far? Now, granted, they haven't touched soccer yet, but out of everything else, they said that cheerleading was tougher than anything else. And to see Keith try to jump is hilarious. That'll be coming out in March on PatriotSports.com. Just another feature that we've added last year and got some rave reviews, so we started to kick it up again for year 2. As Pereira takes a swing and a miss. Win the count with 1 out and 1 on.
Yeah, that's a series I think a lot of people are looking forward to. Not just because it's not everybody likes to read articles and stuff, but the video I think really gets you, and it's really funny to watch. And you'd think some of the stellar athletes at our school could do everything. Like Keith Belfield is one of those standout athletes, and that's something I definitely want to watch.
And in all fairness, you know, Samantha Chubb, you know, was going to go play college volleyball before she ended up playing softball. And, you know, she did okay in volleyball. Basketball, she wasn't bad. Some of the other sports, you'll just have to wait and see. I think Keith showed her up in softball.
Yeah, she's a very good softball player.
And he takes off down to second.
Gets a safe call.
And Smithers gets his, I believe, first steal of his career.
As a freshman, I'd assume that.
And you assumed correctly.
And back to Sam Chubb. Yeah, she's a stellar standout in the softball field. Every time she steps up to bat, it's home run, home run, home run. Everybody expects that out of her, which I'm sure the pressure is hard to live up to, but Sam seems to be doing a pretty good job of it so far.
And the funny thing, they had their season opening doubleheader on Sunday. The last doubleheader they played here in the spring, she had a walk-off home run. In the second game of the doubleheader, was the last game of the day, she has a walk-off double, which is about a foot away from a home run. I mean, just, you know, she says she's not a home run hitter, but she's at number 2 in our career history.
She's a very clutch hitter in very clutch situations.
And huge personality, would you not say?
Absolutely. One of them, very.
A self-proclaimed princess.
Yes.
And as Pereira
This looks like
smacks,
it might go.
yep, that's going to be a 2-run home run. Just no doubt about that at all. You know, Pereira hits it probably about 345 feet down the right field line. giving the Pacers a 7-0 lead. His first home run as a Pacer.
Which is hard to believe because he is, if you can't tell on video, he is a big guy. He reminds me a lot of Ty Barkell, actually, minus the mustache that Brian Pereira and some of the guys on the Pacers choose to rock.
And so Annapolis, Maryland, native. I mean, up there where Matt Bossy was from.
Yep, a lot like Matt Bossy as well.
And Bossy, that's the kid that I always got along with. His parents listened every single time, and you never know, they might still be listening. But I mean, such a standout kid. Every time I talked to him, he's like, "Yes sir, no sir." And I was like, Matt, I'm not that old. He's like, "Yes sir."
Yes, sir.
You couldn't get it away from him at all. But just a great kid from a great family. As Zach Moon takes a ball. And Jacobs misses with the curveball. And after that home run, the wind died down suddenly.
It did. The flag is sort of standstill in the outfield.
This has to let the fielders feel like they've warmed up a little bit.
It's going to be a called strike one. Zach Moon sitting at a 2-1 count.
Well, no, the umpire says it's 1-2, but they had it wrong on the scoreboard, so we apologize about that. Yeah, misses high with that breaking ball. Just missed. He thought he had the strikeout. And foul tip there. Stays alive.
Yeah, Zach Moon is another one that reminds me of the Ty Barkell, Matt Bossy guys. Big build, strong, power. Always fun to watch him bat.
A very versatile student athlete. You see him typically catching, but DHing today, and you never can tell where you're going to see him playing. I mean, Coach Thomas said he could just pretty much take him anywhere in the field.
You start to see some action in the USC Aiken bullpen.
As Moon draws a walk. And, you hope that Coach Thomas will let Hutto go back out there for the 5th inning so he can be eligible for the win, because you have to pitch 5 innings to be able to get the win unless it's predetermined. Which, it might be, but it's going to bring up Jonathan Banks right now. But for Hutto's sake, unless he's on a pitch count, hopefully he gets to go back out there, tries to get him 3 quick outs, and can be in line for the win. As Jacobs misses low and away. As we believe Hannah's taking some pictures for some social media. And he hits that one deep, but right into center field for the easy out. So 2 away.
First pitch is going to be a ball to Tyler Ammerman. Deliveries right down the middle for strike one.
Big swing and a miss there for Aaron. Went to the count with 2 away. Emmanuel hits one deep to right field. That kid has a chance to go. No, great play by the right fielder for the final out of the game on the warning track. Or not the game, but the inning, I should say. Heading to the fifth inning, Pacers lead 7-0. And we are back here in the top of the fifth inning with Austin Deal making his debut for the Pacers on the mound. And as Parker's going to step to the plate, Deal misses low and inside for ball one. Parker struck out back in the second inning. Smacks one into left field to the left side of the infield for a single. That'll bring up Bostic, who struck out looking back in the second.
Brandon Boston.
Deal picks him off. Great move over to first and great job by the first baseman to pick him off. So as quickly as Parker got on, he easily got out over there. Great move over there by Deal. As Bostic follows that one back, 0-1 the count. Misses down low. 1-1. Two and one the count. As Deal gets a sign and looks anxious to get back to work. Misses low. 3-1. And Deal, the redshirt junior out of Aurora, Colorado. Transfer from Trinidad State. Working quickly, gets a strike straight down the middle. 3-2 the count with one away here in the top of the fifth. Pacer lead 7-0. Each team has 6 hits. As Bostic sits there and fouls that one off. Bostic hits one high and fairly deep, but playable into right field for the easy out. 2 away here in the 5th inning.
Number 32, Balcom.
It's going to bring back the top of the order for Balcom. He's 1 for 2 with a ground out to shortstop and a single to left. And he delivers, but just outside the strike zone. 1-0 the count. Balcom squares right around the butt and looks like he's going to beat it out, and he does for an infield single.
Third baseman, Todd Tipton.
This can bring up Tipton. Deal fires one in there, and Tipton fouls it off, and he's a little upset that he didn't get better swing on that one. Deal misses that one in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Deal gets a sign, pitching from the stretch right now. Fires one low and away. He's got some speed on his fastball. And as you can tell, the runner at first staying pretty close after seeing his teammate get picked off a moment ago. And Deal gets that one. Called strike straight down the middle. You have 2s across the board. Right back up the middle. Deal tries to kick save it, but unable to, and great diving play by the second baseman, but Tipton's still safe at first.
Second baseman, number 3, Trent Jones.
So you got runners on first and second with 2 out, and it's going to bring up Jones. Jones doubled to right center field his first at bat and grounded to a double play back in the 3rd. It's nice to have Hannah Allison back over here after taking a break to go get a hot dog.
A hot dog and some hot chocolate.
It's much needed here in this press box.
It's getting colder by the minute. Here we are complaining when I know those boys are a lot colder than us.
And Deal misses. And Deal misses on that one. No issue with the scoreboard, but I think it's 3-0 now.
Yeah, Brent's correct. The count's going to be 3-0.
First time for everything.
You would think he's not going to swing here. And he doesn't. It's called strike 1.
And straight down the middle, but he's got some heat on his fastball.
He's moving the ball. Looks a little frustrated. He's not getting his pitches where he wants them.
He thought he had that one called for strike, but misses for ball 4.
It's going to load the bases.
It's going to bring up tape. Who's 0 for 2 in the game?
I think they're pinch hitting here.
Are they?
Number 17, Connor Smith.
Good catch. Smith is looking for his first hit of the season at 0-7. Fouls that one back. Quickly behind 0-1. Deal gets the sign.
Good looking pitch right there. For a called strike 2.
Yep. Just on the outside corner. He's not going to give him anything to hit. And if you're Connor Smith, being 0 for 7 on the year, you're going to go up and start swinging, I would think.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing outrageous, but you're going to protect the strike zone.
A little outside.
Mm-hmm.
A little outside.
And Deal thought he had that pitch, though.
I think the way Arv was set up pushed it out a little bit.
It probably hurt him a little bit. Big swing and a miss. And Art drops the ball, but picks it up quickly, tags home. Lions threaten, can't get anybody across. Pacers lead 7-0 going to the bottom of the 5th. And we are back here in the bottom of the 5th inning with Doug Ard, who just helped get the Pacers out of the top of the 5th. He's at the plate now. Looks at a ball from Jacobs, who's still out there on the mound and pitching pretty well for being the first time this season. As Ard lifts one high but playable into right field. Further quickly, Pacers have an out in the 5th.
One up, one down.
Right fielder, number 23, Luke Westerberg.
Number 23, Luke Westerberg is going to come to the plate.
Westerberg 0 for 2. Reached on an error back in the 2nd, but struck out looking in the 3rd. Westerberg still looking for his first hit of the season.
First pitch is a little high for ball 1.
And Westerberg's been solid in the field, though. But he hits one high and playable to the right field. It's like they must know him or something. They keep hitting it to him. But Pacers are now down to the final out of the inning. as Mitchell Price, another newcomer, steps to the plate. He singled and scored back in the second inning. Struck out in the third.
First pitch is low and away for ball one.
He pops out one, but it's foul out of play. 1-1 the count.
Seeing a lot of action now in the USC Aiken bullpen. 4 or 5 guys up throwing back and forth.
Which typically means that you might see one inning for the next couple innings for the Pacers.
Yeah.
Jacob throws an off-speed pitch. Price grounds it to third base. Over to first for the quick out. Pacers go 1-2-3 in the fifth. Head to the sixth. USC Aiken lead 7-0.
Top of the 6th inning. On the mound now is number 41, Connor Norton. First pitch, a low, ball one. We had a few infield changes. Number 11, Skylar Mercado is going to come in at shortstop. And Norton blows one past him for a called strike one.
And this is his 6th career appearance. Last year he pitched 5 innings, had 1 hit, gave up 2 earned runs, had 3 strikeouts, averaged 5.4 strikeouts per game. So not bad at all. A little bit on par to native. Gotta love the starter kids here in this lineup.
I can't tell. Third pitch is going to be a called ball, sitting at a 2-1 count. He's going to slice one foul. First strike, 2.
And Burgess is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles in the game. Hasn't gotten past second base though. And frankly, as a Pacer fan, I'm okay with that. Norton misses low. 2-2 the count.
3-2 the count.
Oh, sorry, the scoreboard's running a little bit behind. And he hits him there. So it's third time today, Burgess is going to be on the plate or on base.
A little insight to Connor Norton, student athlete, very involved in the Aiken USC community. Just brought a organization called Love Your Melon to campus. Actually, is a very big advocate. Him and some other baseball guys. It's about raising awareness for cancer, and you buy a beanie, they give a beanie.
And really, a lot of the students are involved in that right now too. It's not just athletes, and as he misses inside on that one to Price. And, sadly, being a student athlete, he can't sit there and tweet anything because it's almost like an endorsing something. But, he cares about the cause, as do a lot of students and people around campus too. So, I mean, if that's something that you might be interested in, look it up, and what's the name of the organization again?
It's Love Your Melon.
And
You'll see a bunch of them wearing the beanies. Just
if you go to the games, like the basketball game the other night, they were wearing them, and, a great organization, just like so many other organizations out there that are so good with children and with cancer research and everything like that.
with that, Norton gets his called strike one. So he's sitting at a 1-1 count, 0 outs.
Moving right along to the sixth inning after that extremely long second inning.
Seems to be moving a little faster. The wind's picked up again.
A swing and a miss for strike two. As cold as it is inside, hand is over here chugging down a hot chocolate followed up by a soft drink that's freezing cold. So I'm not sure what she's trying to do with that one.
Gotta love caffeine.
Keeps you awake, I guess.
It does.
These mid-afternoon baseball games dips into your nap time, I guess.
That's very true. Norton's gonna get a foul tip.
Yeah.
Count's gonna stay at 1-2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the baseball games that are in the hot weather. Sun, you can wear short sleeves, sit out here.
It'd be a little bit more crowded.
Yeah, the fan base is still,
It's
for a 30-degree game, I would say you probably have 20, 30 fans here, so.
another about 60 or so watching online.
Yeah. He's going to foul one back again, stay alive. Yeah, the heat really helps baseball, and you're going to see a lot more fans come in. It's sunny and 75. Especially on the weekends now that they went to a three-day series.
Absolutely. And, USC Aiken does have a couple 3-game series, but they also have a couple where the teams are coming to town and don't want to play the 3-game series, so they're forced to play a doubleheader on one of the days, including this weekend against Armstrong State. They play one game Friday night at 5, and then play a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Norton's going to get his first strikeout of the game.
His fourth of his career.
He painted the outside corner with that last pitch.
Absolutely. And you can see Skaggs with it up at the plate. And speaking of Connor Norton, I deal with all the student athletes, and it was funny. He walked in my office about 2 weeks ago, and a couple days after we had taken pictures, baseball pictures, as Skaggs smacks one into left field. And they're going to wave the runner home, and he's going to get home safely. So on the single, the Lions are going to scratch one across the plate. So it is now 7-1.
Pacers still lead by 6.
Absolutely. So nothing to worry about right now as Parker comes to the plate for the Lions. But when Connor Norton walked into my office, he sheepishly asked, is there any possible way I can get a retake on my headshot? And typically, that we don't like to do that because you have a couple hundred student athletes, and if they all ask you, it takes a little bit more time. And he's just like, I'm not smiling big enough. So
This one gets laced right back up the middle. We're going to try and turn here.
sixth.
Pereira can't quite handle that throw to first.
So the force out at second.
They get the lead runner. Yeah, those headshots are very brutal sometimes, and I can vouch for women's soccer on that one. They decided to take our headshots after practice. You don't get to shower, so it was not a pretty sight.
Well, we can't help when your coach schedules stuff.
But Connor Norton is one of those guys. It's always beaming from end to end. Fortunate to be friends with him, as he's going to get called strike one.
So if you're
That's going to be a ball, actually. So he's sitting at 1-0 count with 1 out.
misses outside, 2-0 now. But if you get a chance, just go over to pagesports.com and check out Connor Norton's, big grin on his bio.
You can actually check it. There's a bunch of features on the Pacer Sports stuff. You see the intro videos, the 3 things I don't know, and Norton's going to get him the big hard cut by 22.
Bostic wanted every single bit of that ball. Actually, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes as the scoreboard was wrong again, but we apologize about that, folks.
We don't have control of that one.
No, as he misses inside. 2s across the board. And actually, there are 5 2s across the board with number 22.
Wow.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's almost like Yahtzee.
Haven't seen that game in quite some time. He's going to get a piece of that one, but it's going to go foul.
With your no comment for a minute, I figured you didn't even know what Yahtzee was. It's probably not old enough for you to play.
I do. I used to play Yahtzee quite some. With my grandparents, actually.
Thanks for making me feel old.
It's going to stay 2s across the board, actually, as he's going to foul one back. Norton working with a 2-2 count. The pitch is high. It's going to go to a full count. 2 outs. 1 runner on first.
And so Parker's going to be taking off at the start of this pitch. Full count.
Jerry Snyder would say, crack of the bat.
And he misses high for ball 4, so runners on first and second now for the Lions as they go back to the top of the order with Balkin coming back to the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, including one that was a bunt in the 5th inning.
One thing I never understood about baseball is why those guys wear those sunglasses on their hats when there's no sign of the sun at all today. Ooh, we're getting a huge gust of wind.
And you can feel it in the press box.
Norton's going to come inside with strike 1. Yeah, you can see Mercado. You can see Brian Pereira. Both of them have those glasses on, and
You wonder if it's just because of habit?
I think maybe. Something superstition, maybe.
Possibly. But how about you check with Mercado before Friday, and we'll come back and talk about it against Armstrong State.
I'll go back to all of those listeners that are very curious.
When and when they count now.
I believe it's Hunter Hubbard warming up in the bullpen right now. If I can see that far. And Ard's going to keep that one in front of him.
And former Pacer women's soccer standout, Heaven Talley, is shaking her head yes, as is Hunter Hubbard in the bullpen.
She found her way into the press box because it was a little too cold out there for Heaven. Even though she's a native of Virginia.
You would think they'd be
She's a Southerner now.
have a little bit thicker skin over there in Virginia, but
The delivery is going to be a foul back. Count's going to stay. Actually, the count's going to move to 2-2. One more strike. We'll get Norton out of this inning. 2 runners on, first and second. Yeah, I have a lot of curiosities about the baseball and the glasses. Some of them want the pants high, some of them want the pants low. Never understood.
and a big swing and a miss for strike 3. So he gets out of the inning. The Lions score 1. Pacers lead 7-1 going to the bottom of the 6th.
We're back here at the bottom of the 6th. Joey Smithers is up to bat.
And one change in the outfield for Emmanuel with Parker Reynolds over at first base.
It's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Smithers pops up a pitch from Jacobs to foul territory. The catcher gets underneath it, has a little bit of trouble, but is able to catch it. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
Chaz Powell's going to step up to the plate.
Such a great song. Brings me back to when I was like, I don't know, 4.
He's an old school guy.
He takes a called strike. Hudson Jacobs has a high hanging curveball that misses just high. One's across the board. Goes opposite field with that one into right for the base hit. And Powell's 2 for 3 in the game.
First baseman, number 32,
Pereira's going to step back to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with the walk. Blasts a 2-run home run and then his last at bat. And the wind's blowing out that way again. You see the right fielder tracking back almost all the way to the warning track. Left fielder, center fielder, both at regular distance, but the right fielder is back deep. Jacobs fires high, 1-0. Pereira goes opposite field this time, but high in the left field. And
Drops.
he drops it, so that's going to be an error right there. The wind was blowing, but he got underneath it and just dropped it. So runners on first and second with only 1 out now.
Zach Moon's going to step up to the plate.
designated hitter, Zach Moon.
Moon's 0 for 1 with a pair of walks. Hasn't gotten past first base today. Hopefully he can change that around a little bit.
Pitch is going to be outside. Ball 1. Zach Moon. Whew. Got very inside.
And Moon's looking to get a 2-0 count. Jacobs trying to brush him back, but Moon didn't seem fazed by that.
Yeah, despite the score, Jacobs has really come in and did all that he could to shut down this Pacer offense.
I mean, he came in, after pretty much all the runs have been scored already.
Yeah.
And for pitching for his first time of the season, he is not doing badly at all.
He's contained.
What very well could be a potent offense this season. I mean,
That's hopeful. You see some more fans trickling in, a couple women's soccer players. Moon's going to hammer that.
it's going to be deep, and if it wasn't for the wind, it might have had a chance to get out of there
Chaz Powell's going to tag up.
and scamper to third, so he's 90 feet away. Two outs here.
You got runners on the corners.
And, if it's a closer game, you might see runner on first try to take off and go to second, get into scoring position, but right now, probably not. It's going to bring up Jonathan Banks. He's 0 for 1 with the walk, and he scored a run here back in the second inning.
The delivery is going to be a ball. A little high from Jacobs.
Big swing and a miss by Banks. 1-1 the count with 2 on and 2 outs. Jacobs gets the sign. Fires one straight down the middle. 1-2 the count now.
I feel like the duration of time during each pitch is getting longer and longer as the game goes on.
And it feels like that with runners on base, he's going to take one more time to make sure that everything's set and he delivers a good pitch versus when no one's on.
Check down on first too.
Yep.
A big hit up the middle.
Good piece of hitting by Banks straight up the middle. It's going to make it 8-1 now.
So Chaz Powell comes in. Up to bat, as we talked about earlier, number 11, Skylar Mercado.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 11, Kyle Ricardo.
We still got runners on second and first.
He bounces one to the left side. Nice job by the shortstop.
Some good base running there.
And he's going to be safe at second, so probably end up giving him a hit on that one instead of the fielder's choice because they weren't going to get him at first base at all, and they do give him the base hit. So you have the bags full for, should be Doug Ard.
Batting for the Pacers, the catcher, number 10, Doug Ard.
Then Ard doubled back in the second, walked in the third, and flew out to right field in the fifth.
First pitch is going to be fouled backwards for a called strike one.
Ard launches one deep to center field, but playable. And he's underneath it for the final of the inning. Pacers score one, threaten with more, but heading to the 7th inning, USC Aiken leads 8-1. We're back here in the seventh inning, but we have a slew of changes for the Pacers. As at first base, we have Preston Dawson. Third base, we have number 5, David Langster. In right field, Niall Goings. From right to left field, Westerberg moved. And then pitching is Hunter Hubbard. And that should pretty much cover everybody, I believe, right, Hannah Allison?
Yep. Hunter Hubbard gets first pitch. It's called ball. Second pitch is swung on and hit to Dave Lancaster, and he's going to record the first out. So 2 pitches and 1 out for Hunter Hubbard.
And you see with Hubbard, he has the horn rim glasses this year, kind of like, one of the pitchers from Major League, which is before your time as you look at me, but great baseball movie from the 90s.
Pitch is going to be called a strike 1.
Jones steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk.
Pitch is going to be outside. Count's going to be 1-1.
And you see fans trying to get little videos of some of their favorite players, whether it's parents and other friends, as Jones takes a big swing and a miss.
Yeah, mentioning those glasses, I just feel like the personality of this team is all about doing different stuff. The ball gets hit right back up to Mercado. He's going to scoop it, throw it. It's going to be second out.
Nice play by Mercado to cover the field like that.
He's got some big shoes to fill in Sean Miller.
He has a little bit shorter hair than Sean had as well.
He does. Again, back to the personality. These boys do what they want. You have Cole Lee. You can't quite see his haircut right now, but he's got the Odell Beckham Jr. mohawk going on.
It's a little bit different from last year, was it not?
Besides the mullet, yeah, I think it's a little different, but they're always striving to be different with their mustaches and their glasses. As Hubbard's going to get one ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
And, if it makes them happy and they play better like that and gives them confidence, I'm all for it.
Hey, as long as they're winning.
Hunter Hubbard is bringing some heat today. He's 1-2 the count with 2 away.
Swung on back to David Lancaster. Very similar to the first out of the inning. He guns it at first. Hunter Hubbard's 3 up, 3 down.
And we are back here in the bottom of the half of the inning as Westerberg steps to the plate against Jacobs. Westerberg 0 for 3. Still looking for that elusive first hit. He's put the ball in play and done well, but just hit it right at everybody as he takes the call strike on the outside corner. tops that one foul. Winner win the count.
Westerberg's going to step back into the box. Pitch is outside for a caught ball.
Not surprised Jacobs is still back in the game, and he's pitched about 5 innings right now, I believe. Just been spectacular since he's come into the contest.
Delivery's high is going to be a ball 2. Yeah, we're starting to see student athletes trickle in to support the baseball team after their practices. Softball was practicing in the snow as the ball gets hit straight up the middle.
And
Nice fielded by the second baseman for the first out.
Mitchell White, center fielder.
he's going to bring back up Price. He's 1 for 3 in the game. Scored back in the second.
Swing on the first pitch. The shortstop. A low throw is going to get past the first baseman. He's going to stay at first. Price.
Going to give the shortstop an error on that one.
Second baseman, Joe Smith.
Back to the top of the lineup with Joey Smithers up to bat.
He went old school with his walkout song with Clowney
Right.
from Genuine and back in 1996, I believe.
Good song. Breaking ball is going to be called strike 1.
Fouled that one off. Quickly behind 0-2. Chops that one to third. And he misses high on the, trying to turn the double play there, but everyone's safe with the high throw.
Coming to bat. Coming to bat now, Goings.
Gonna give him the fielder's choice on that play.
Number 34, Al Goins.
Strong power hitter up to bat.
His season was shortened last year due to a broken hand, I believe.
It was.
He's definitely brings a lot of versatility to the team.
First pitch. Hard cut. Swung on a miss. Strike 1.
He was looking for fastball all the way, and they threw him the curve. Jacobs misses outside. Winner win the count. Going slices one foul. Went to the count, and you still see people wandering in over here. You know, might be just over 5 o'clock, so I mean, people are getting off work right now. Come over to see a game.
The winds have dropped from 14 miles per hour to 11 miles per hour.
So it's like a heat wave going on out there. There's
Jacobs is going to miss low into the dirt.
2-2 to goings.
Right back up the middle.
And that's his first hit of the season, folks.
Gonna get an RBI as Price comes in from second.
Pushes it to 9-1.
Preston Dawson's going to step up to the plate now.
Now batting for the Pacers, 36, Preston Dawson.
And Dawson, the redshirt freshman from Aiken, South Carolina, transferred from Erskine. This is his first at bat as a Pacer. Takes a called strike on the inside corner.
Dawson has runners at first and second. One out.
Just a bit inside. 1-1 now. Chops that one to third. He's going to get turned into a double play to end the inning. Going to the eighth, Pacers lead 9-1.
back to the top of the 8th inning. Mason Richards is going to step in a pitch.
Richards is seeing his first action of the year from Owensboro, Kentucky, the redshirt sophomore.
First pitch called strike.
This is actually the first time he's pitched at USC Aiken. Misses high, 1-1 the count. Burgess' score of the team. Emmanuel's only run of the game.
Swung on and missed. Strike 2. I'm going to have a full count for Richardson.
Richardson, transferred from Louisville. When he was there, he held close to a .091 batting average, but redshirt last season. Hits his first batter he sees at USC Aiken, but
Yeah, Richardson had a little setback, some Tommy John surgery last year, so
when he was at Louisville, he had a 2.7 ERA.
Pitching to the line, number 20, Jonah Lane.
You see some pitch hitters now for Emmanuel. It's going to be Jonah Reyes, the freshman from Omega, Georgia. This is his first career at bat. And his first pitch he sees, he takes it square between the numbers. And that had to hurt. He brought some heat on that.
yeah, just think about getting hit when it's this cold. I don't think anything's going to feel good, especially with a baseball.
Soccer ball you could probably take. Not that bad, right?
No, pretty bad, actually. It welts. We're starting to see more and more action in the Aiken bullpen. So there's no outs for Richardson. Runners on first and second.
Let's bring up Skaggs back to the plate. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Has an RBI.
He's probably had the most successful night for Emmanuel.
He's given USC Aiken's pitching staff some trouble, that's for sure.
First pitch is going to be low for a ball.
And after hitting back-to-back batters, he's probably trying to throw low and away for right now just to make sure that he doesn't come inside anymore and to hit a third straight batter. So misses again, 2-0 the count.
It's going to paint the corner for strike 1.
Richardson checks the runners and delivers the pitch. Big swing and a miss. And Richardson comes from an athletic family where he has a sister who plays softball at Murray State.
He's going to try and get himself out of a jam here.
Just a bit outside. Full count now.
Full count for Richardson.
He misses inside. Ball 4. It's going to load the bases full of Lions. And you'll see the Aiken bullpen become even more active now as a couple people are up, warming up. Let's bring back up Parker to the plate. He struck out in the second, singled in the fifth, and reached on fielder's choice in the sixth. Chops out one foul. 0-1 the count. Great hands by the manager over there, just picking it up without any issues at all. A little bit better than Coach Disher did earlier.
Yeah. A little movement is better than none. The Pacers will have the force out at any base.
Richardson misses with the curve.
He's going to lace that one to the gap. Left fielder is going to hit the cutoff, and they're going to make one run in. And the score is going to be 9-2. Pacers still up.
There's nobody out, so Richardson has to dig down and see what he has to be able to get somebody out here. Another couple batters get hits, get on base. You'll probably see Coach Thomas, switch pitchers. And you don't want to see that when he's coming in and pitching for the first time in 2 years.
Oh, yeah. Ard's going to go out and meet with Richardson at the mound.
And Jason Myers is going to pinch hit for the Lions. He's 0 for 1 on the season.
Here comes Coach Kenny Thomas to the mound.
And while Coach Thomas makes a move to the bullpen, we'll be back in just a moment. USC Aiken leads 9-2. Jared Felix in the game for the Pacers. Misses low as Reyes steps to the plate.
Bases are still loaded with no outs.
Felix hits the outside corner. 1-1 the count. This is Felix's second appearance on the season. Thrown .2 innings.
Big cut and miss. Strike two.
Just misses there. 2-2 the count. Smacks one through the left side. Just out of the reach of Mercado. And they score another run. It's 9-3 now.
See more and more action. You can see Cole Lee down there warming up in the bullpen. Still no outs.
Now batting, number 32, Brock Walton.
And back to the top of the order for Emmanuel. And look at that great stop by the first base coach by Emmanuel. Maybe Coach Disher can get some, tips from him over there. He pokes one into left field. One run is in, and they're going to have another run score after the left fielder bobbles the ball. It's now going to be 9-5 with the number 2 person coming up to bat. With Coach Thomas going to the mound, we'll be back in just a moment. Cole Lee is on the mound for the Pacers as he throws a strike. A quick throw to back down to second, and the runner's back there safely, but barely. Nice throw by Ard. This is Lee's second appearance on the season. He threw 3 innings earlier. Has 4 strikeouts the year, but holding opponents to a 182 batting average.
Squares around a bunt and fouls it backwards. Count's going to be 0-2.
Lee fires in a ball. I thought they called it strike at first. That's what happens when I start talking too fast. 1-2 the count. Pacers lead 9-5. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Lions have scored 4 runs so far. Nobody's out. They have runners on first and second.
Swung on a miss for strike 3.
First out of the inning.
A little outside for a ball 1.
Jones is back to the plate. He hammers one foul. 1-1 the count.
Going to be a called ball. Counts 3-1 with 1 out.
And if he gets a hit here, you'll probably see Coach Thomas getting a little bit nervous after he's made some substitutions with some of the starters.
Definitely. We had another substitution that we missed in the outfield. Left field, JT Arneman came in about an inning ago.
And he was credited with the error. So it was not Westerberg.
And Lee's going to walk 3, and the base is going to be loaded.
And let's pitch a start for Cole Lee, the redshirt senior from Chapin, South Carolina. Where Chapin, South Carolina is the home of also our softball starting pitcher.
Taylor Morgan.
Absolutely.
Should make your way out to some softball games. See some doubleheaders on the weekends.
We have both baseball and softball going at the same time this weekend.
I think on the 20th we have about everything going. Tennis, men's, women's, softball, baseball.
Basketball.
As Mercado's going to get 1 second, they're going to turn the double play to get out of the inning.
So, good job by Cole Lee to come in and shut him down. But heading to the bottom of the 8th, USC Aiken leads 9-5.
Back in the bottom of the 8th. Zach Moon up to bat. It's going to take a strike 1. And then a rip run down third baseline for a single.
Makes a big turn, but great play by the left fielder to get over there. And Jacobs has been relieved on the mound for Emmanuel. As number 39, Zach Wells, is in the pitch. Right-handed freshman pitcher from McDonough, Georgia, out of Ola High School.
The third baseman, number 5, David Lancaster is up to bat. He's going to take the first pitch, called strike 1.
Looking for his first hit of the season. Only been at bat twice. But they say, 1 for 3, pitch in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. A big cut for strike 2. It's going to get a piece of that one. It's going to go foul.
And look at Disher over there with that play.
I don't think he can move because he's got too many layers on.
He looks like the little kid from A Christmas Story. But only because he has so many layers on over there.
You throw me overboard with those comments. The delivery is going to be low and outside. The count for Lancaster is going to be 1 and 2. Wells is going to hit Lancaster, and he's going to reach.
So it's a
That's going to push Moon to second. Lancaster's going to reach
and it's a
at first.
good job by him to sit there and take one for the team and put another runner on base.
Only his third at bat, so.
Now batting Skylar
Skylar Mercado, number 11, is up to bat. Runner sitting at first and second with no outs. Mercado's going to see and take the first pitch for a called strike. It's going to be outside for a ball 1.
Little meeting on the mound. What was his count? He fouls one back. 1-2 the count.
Mercado, being from the Bronx, after interviewing him the other day, he talked about how he really liked the South and that they could practice in January because it was warmer here. So you have to think that he has a little advantage on some of these guys from the South.
He's probably not liking it though. You move from the north to the south to be in the warmth and it's 30 degrees.
Yep.
Pitcher steps off the mound.
Mercado's got a 1-2 count. No outs, runners on first and second.
Just misses. Two and 2 the count. And after giving up 4 runs in the top of the half of the inning, I'm sure Coach Thomas's team is looking to add a couple more just to be on the safe side.
Some insurance run. He's going to hit that back up the middle. They're going to touch second, throw to first.
For a 4-3 double play. But runners on third now with 2 away.
Catcher, Doug Hart.
That's going to bring up Doug Ard.
First pitch is low and away for ball one.
And the wind has picked back up. And I'm glad that I am sitting inside right now.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the umpires being out there.
And Ard takes a big swing and a miss. It's 1-1.
The temperatures dropped to feel like 28 outside.
Ball's low. 2-1 now. Well, it's a sign. Throws the curveball. Ard swings and misses. Two's across the board. Ard fouls that one off. Remains alive at 2-2. Wells with the pitch. Ard smacks it over to shortstop. He gathers it and throws over to first in time for the out. So head to the ninth. Pacers lead 9-5.
Jobst on the mound for the Pacers to try and close this one out.
He's a newcomer from Lake in the Hills, Illinois. What a great hometown name. Fires one in there for a strike. Jobs misses high and outside. 1-1 the count.
That one gets past hard. Count's going to be 2-1.
Just misses high. 3-1.
The delivery's high. One runner on for Emmanuel at first.
Now pitching, now batting, number 36, Garrett Carswell.
We're going to have a pinch hitter for Emmanuel. Derek Coswell. First pitch is high. Count will go to 1-0.
Coswell comes into the game batting .300 on the season. He has a double and 1 RBI. Win the count with no outs.
He just got a piece of that. It's going to foul it straight back. Count stays at 1-2.
Jobs misses outside. 2-2. The game's just approaching the 3-hour mark, having started an hour early at 3 o'clock.
Now would be the perfect time for a double play. Ball's low, full count. Full count, no outs, one runner on first. Jope sets up to deliver. Right down the middle, and he got him.
First out of the inning. That's his 3rd strikeout on the season and 6 batters he's faced.
Number 38, Steven Skaggs.
We're back to the top of the lineup for Emmanuel.
Skaggs comes back to the plate. He's been a force to be reckoned with all day long.
He's going to take strike one. Ard does a good by blocking that.
One ball, one strike, one out. Big swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Ard's going to go out and talk with him a little bit. Maybe ask him where he wants to go eat after the game. It's about dinner time. You just never can tell.
One ball, two strikes. Pitch is on the way for a called strike 3. 2 down for Jobst.
That's going to bring up number 30, Chase Parker. Swings at the first pitch, hits it the wrong way. 0-1 the count. Gets a sign, and here's the pitch. Misses high though. Big swing and a miss. 1 and 2 the count. Lions down to their final strike of the game.
Strike 3, that's game.
And USC Aiken claims the win over the Lions 9-5. Pacers will be back in action at 5 o'clock on Friday against Armstrong State. Join us here. Tune in to PacersSports.com. All the links will be there. Until then, have a good night. We will see you then.